Hey Jess. Hey LL. Hey Samuela. What's up, everybody? Hey O Perkins. So, back to the regular time. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't give y'all like a definite time anymore. I almost didn't even make it to this live, but so we here. What's up, Angela? What's up, Mari B? How y'all doing? Waiting for this. Your initial review was funny. Thank you. Like that episode, I didn't expect the episode to be as eventful as it was at all. My grandmother's doing good. She's actually in bed. She just got tucked in. Hey Chandra. But yeah, last night's well, a couple of nights ago episode was kind of like some unexpected things happened a little bit on there. And we've had some people have some like conspiracy theories about certain things that go along with editing. And y'all, I can't really just go too deep into the conspiracy lane with the editing. Like I I can only mainly I can only go by what they put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like some people want me to like just automatically know, oh no, this piece was from this day and this piece was from that day. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not an investigative journalist. So I'm really just watching a TV show like y'all are. So it's hard for me to just be like, okay, yeah, the editing is why this person looks this way. I don't know. Like sometimes you can tell, but other times it's just like we kind of got to go by what they give us because what else am I supposed to do? I enjoy your reviews more than the actual show. Thank you. You had me rolling when you said grandma yelled at Karen to shut up. That threw me off so hard because I thought she was asleep. And so I was watching the show and she was just like, shut up. I'm like, who are you talking to? I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I'm not even saying anything. She was talking to her. Hey, Princess Fula. Yeah, Amelia, we're going to get to Amelia. I won't be able to stay too long, but all I can say is free Miles. We already know, Princess Fula, you Miles. I didn't understand about Amelia saying based on the coin toss. Yeah, that was weird. It just makes it like knowing what we know now, it just makes it seem like, well, girl, was this whole thing a coin toss for you? Ain't nobody reading into that. They're reading it off of Reddit anyway. They're not doing the deep dive. I knew it was coming from somewhere because it was just too many people like, well, this editing pieced up with this editing and I'm just like, y'all, I'm not going that deep. I'm not. And honestly, if the editing is showing, let's say for instance, let's say it's showing Karen in the wrong light, if she comes out and does an interview and I feel like she's telling the truth and, you know, giving her honest, real feelings about what happened, like Iris did, because I went back and I apologized for I kind of went too hard on Iris and I do think she got a bad edit, but I also think Iris gave herself a bad edit by not being completely true to who she was and trying to, well, we're not going to talk about this and we're not going to talk about that. That's going to make you look a certain way as well. And that's not editing. You edited yourself and it painted you in a bad light. Can they edit words into people's mouths and edit out affection? Exactly. Like, we'll get to it. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are like, well, they're more affectionate than, they have a better relationship than what they're showing. Why does Miles keep on saying out of his own mouth he needs more affection then? If it's so great. Miles is saying this. He was saying this at the last dinner. Did they edit that into his mouth? Okay. That's, I mean, Felicia put her on blast anyway. Karen was being her. Does it seem like Amani is still extremely cautious? It does, kind of. What's up, Smooth JB? Yeah, I saw Brandon got an annulment too, and he was low key being shady about it. I follow him. I follow him. I follow Michael. I pretty much follow everybody from like season 9 on. I follow them on my Finsta page. And so I caught that little post that he posted. One day I'm gonna gather all the little shady stuff I see and I'm just gonna do a live and talk about it. Cause I be catching a lot of this stuff. I just don't talk about it. But yeah, you guys, let's just get into it. Let's get Miles. I mean, let's get Amani and Woody out of the way because pretty much they're the only ones that I have like full confidence that they're gonna say yes. But y'all tell me your opinion. What do you think their decision on decision day is gonna be? Woody and Amani. What do you think their decision is gonna be? What's up, Fiona? Feel like Amani was going a little too hard, kind of causing confusion for nothing. That divorce edit was absolutely ridiculous. I feel the same way. What's up, Cliff? Okay, someone said stay. Fedora says stay together. Stay. I heard Amani said she wants a divorce. I really feel like they're trying to like she might have said, you know, before at this point, I would have said I wanted a divorce, and they kind of like just edit it to say, well, I want a divorce. Now that's a part where I can definitely say that's editing. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's clear like that, I can call it out. But for other times, like I said, I'm not an investigative journalist. I don't know. They both will say yes, stay. They got real love, definitely yes, because they put the work in. Thank you. They put the work in. I hope they stay together, stay. Woody ain't say Woody said ain't no plan B. I like you, I want you. They definitely try to mislead us. If they get a divorce, then you need to throw this show away. Exactly. If they don't say yes, who is going to say yes? I mean, there's a big possibility that Amelia and Bennett will, but I mean, who else? I think that they're going to be all right. I think, you know, Woody is definitely dedicated. I think Amani from the beginning has been a little hesitant. Um, so I feel like whenever they have their conversations, you know, she still feels the need to not, you know, completely say that she's all in, or she likes to give off the uh she likes to give it off as if, you know, well, you could lose me. And I think that's just to keep Woody on his toes, to be honest. You know, you can't let these men get too comfortable, especially somebody like Woody. So I can kind of understand why she does that. Woody is so real with his love. There's no place for confusion about how he feels about you when you're with him. That's rare. That's true. Because a lot of men can be so aloof. It's like, well, do you love me? Do you not? But honestly, that's the way they say men are when they really are invested. They really love you. They really want to be with you. They're gonna act like Woody. That's what they say. Who is they? Older people. You know who they are. But you know what? Miles would be the same way with Karen if she would reciprocate. I mean, he already is. Amani was so aggy, she starts hypothetical arguments with him. Like, honestly, like I said, I feel like she be trying to keep him on his toes. Totally unrelated, but Woody's hair looks moisturized. It did look, thank God, because it has been looking dry lately. But you're right, it has been looking more moisturized. We're gonna give him credit where it's due. Amani's hair has been looking good. You know what? I think Amani has something to do with that because her hair tends to look good and moisturized herself. I don't think any of the couples will last, even if they say yes. I think Amani and Woody have a chance. Everybody else, I kind of don't have any hope. Okay, I have to go back to doing homework. I may pop back in if I'm done early enough. Okay, Princess Bula. Amani and Woody will stay together while Amani be playing games. Y'all really don't like that Amani does that. I think she loves him. It's the same thing like before when she didn't want to like say that she loved him because she was nervous to say it. I think she just throws caution to the wind sometimes just to make sure he's, really there for the long haul. Now that might get old. It might get old. So, all right. What's up, Alexis? Let's go ahead and move on. Playing games can sabotage your relationship. That's true. It breeds insecurity in your partner when you do that. Okay. I'm gonna take y'all's word for it. Because it's not like I just have no like success record. I, that too. I think Amani is scared too. Fedora. Her heart has been broken. So it was her. It was her that she was dating someone and he turned out to be married. So when things like that happen to you, that's very traumatic. I don't think people view it in that way, but when you put your full trust in someone and they betray you in that way, it's very traumatic and it could cause you to react in, you know, it could leave you to be very untrustworthy of people in the future. Well, she already told him she loved him, so Amadi wants to maintain the upper hand in the relationship. She's holding back her true feelings. All right, y'all, let's move on. Who should we move on to? Let's just go ahead and we don't really have to talk about Brett and Olivia unless y'all want to. Like, um, there's not much to say. I think Brett, I think Brett did try in the relationship, but I don't think he learned anything from it. Like he said, he didn't learn anything. And I feel like he's just going to revert straight to what used to be the same sarcastic, I think, I can do and say whatever I want to women type of person. Brett who? Olivia who? Brett's friend told the truth. He did. He told the truth and said that he don't like to compromise and, you know, he does what's best for Brett. He doesn't really take other people into consideration. And your own friend said that about you. That's very telling. He said that on TV. Brett's so-called friend threw him under the bus. He did. But I think, honestly, I just think he was telling the truth. Olivia's willing to take him back. I know. I'm just like, Olivia, have some sort of pride. You know what I'm saying? Like Brett fully said he didn't want you. You know what I'm saying? He said he didn't work it out. He didn't want to work it out. So I wouldn't want to take him back after that. I think both of them had a hand in their marriage breaking up and they just need to let it go. They're not on the same page. They don't have the same goals in life. Brett is 35. Brett is 35 years old. He is set on the single dating life. It's a habit. I could see Brett being a bachelor for the rest of his years. I really could. I could see him getting married again and not working out and him being a bachelor. Olivia wants to be married. I feel she feels remorse for her part. I do. That's why I feel like she don't need to get back with Brett, because she actually realized where she was wrong, reflected on it, took accountability, and now I feel like she can use that when she moves forward with someone else. Whereas Brett, he didn't learn anything. Olivia was stubborn and messy. I agree. Brett is afraid of being happy, possibly. Brett is over it. The check must have cleared already. Brett's friend didn't see the show. Brett was missing Olivia when he asked her to hang out. I do believe Brett put in effort. I believe he really did want to be with Olivia while they were together. I feel like he put in the effort that he thought he needed to put in. She wasn't really giving him much in return. And so it turned out the way it did. But I feel like the things that Brett went through in his relationship, I don't think he's going to learn from, you know, I don't think he's going to learn from it. Brett's nose is strong. Can't focus on anything else. I am screaming. Brett can't be in a successful marriage if he's unwilling to compromise. That can't work. And I feel like this probably made him even more unwilling because he tried and it still didn't work. So I feel like now he's going to be even more bullheaded. I feel like this season was full of people who weren't ready to be married and wanted to be hooked up with something familiar. It do feel like that. I believe it. That I feel like a lot of these people were not ready. I feel like the struggle couples have more desire not to lose than to be really be married. Nobody wants to accept failure. They didn't seem to have anything in common. I don't think either of them liked each other. I think they wanted to. Like, I think they really wanted to. Brett and Olivia would have worked if they compromised more. I don't know if they would have worked in the long run, but they could have possibly. It could have possibly worked more had they compromised. But I just think in the long run, Olivia doesn't want kids and Brett does. So at the end of the day, somebody is going to resent the other person, whether she has a baby and doesn't really want one, or whether Brett decides, he's okay with not having children. He's going to be resentful. Either way, there's going to be resentment and bitterness in that marriage. I'm glad they broke it up now. I'm glad they broke it up when it did. So, too many feelings can't be invested, and don't waste each other's time. Brett is 35. How old is Olivia? 30. Y'all can go ahead and move on. Brett was afraid of the coronavirus, and Olivia was going into it every day. Then she went to visit her family, putting herself more at risk. Exactly. And she did not take his opinion into consideration. If I'm married to you and, the coronavirus just happened, and, in the beginning, it was like, it's still scary, but in the beginning, it was really scary because we have never faced anything like this in any of our lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you facing it every day, but now you're going to go and put yourself even more at risk driving across the country or whatever, or however long. And you're not even going to take how I feel into consideration. Brett and Olivia were the couple with the cat, and Olivia was the nurse, and Brett was the one that left the. Oh, you giving a backstory. I don't think he. I think that was the last straw. I think when she left, I think that was the last straw for him. I think he was like tired of not getting any sort of affection. And, on top of that, they just don't fundamentally agree on certain things. And her leaving, I feel like, was the last straw. All right, y'all, let's move on. I didn't even really mean to be on Brett and Olivia this long because they're done. Like, who cares? Like, I don't even understand why they were on this episode. So let's move on to who else? Let's get Henry and Christina out the way. Because girl, Christina is a full-on con artist. And you can't make me believe anything different. Y'all remember a few episodes back when she said she had ADD and she wasn't taking her medicine, and that's the reason why she was acting like that, and everybody was saying, well, I don't even believe her. I'm with y'all now. I can't believe nothing she says out of her mouth, because you already admitted to being a full-on liar. Then you accuse Henry of being gay and cheating on you with a man, and then you try to use that to blackmail Henry. How is Henry fake? Well, okay. You don't even have to answer that. Henry is low-key fake because he's going along with the motions, and he's playing the game until, because I feel like he's just very non-confrontational. The one time he did confront Christina, she bust out crying, made a big scene, flailed out, and then the next thing you know, she's accusing him of being gay. So what I think he's doing, yes, he's being fake, but when I really think about it, I think he's trying to keep her solid until you get to decision day, and that's when he's gonna drop the bomb for real. Sis out here blackmailing with no receipts. Everybody's believing Henry's word. Okay, Christina basically confirmed what Henry said, except for the blackmailing thing. Henry there for a check. Henry trying to get his check. I think so too. I think Henry is trying to get that decision day check. And am I completely mad at him? No, I'm not. It's just the only thing that bothers me is like we see these confessionals and Henry is like going off and talking all this crap about Christina, and then to her face you're like completely being fake. That is annoying. Like, Henry, come on. He's being so passive. It's a little fake. It's a little fake because when they were at dinner and she was, asking, what did he like about her and stuff, like at this point, I'm sure there's not much he likes about her. She's blackmailing him. I wouldn't even go on no date with her after what she did. At all. I wouldn't be taking her out on no kind of dates. Henry should be paid for his trouble for real. Well, I'm not gonna say that because in the beginning Henry was a hard person to deal with. So I low-key do think both of them deserve their checks. Because for them to even make it this far after the beginning, I wouldn't even made it this far with Henry. With him not talking, I wouldn't have made it this far. But that doesn't give her the excuse to be blackmailing him and lying on him, stuff like that. I don't like that either. I'm with Cliff. Henry is not innocent in this. They're both crazy. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all opinion. I'm gonna let we can agree to disagree. I mean, I don't necessarily feel bad for Henry. I just can see that Christina is crazy. Like, I feel like she's even more crazy than he. Like, Henry is just very quiet and passive, and he needs help with confidence and things like that. He might have a slight disorder, maybe. I don't know. But Christina is full on crazy. like she's a con artist. She cries at the drop of a hat. She started crying because Brett and Olivia broke up. She started crying because Henry said that he liked her writing style. That is a, what do you call that? A manipulator. Like, Cliff, if she has proof to prove me wrong, I will get on here and apologize. I am not above admitting that I'm wrong at all. When on Iris's season, I went too hard on Iris and I came back and I apologized. So if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I don't have no problem with that. But from what I see and from what Henry has said, and she even admitted to, basically that whole thing, that whole gay thing being a lie, and saying that she has been a flamboyant liar. She admitted to being a liar in the past. What do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to do? Henry said he doesn't need more time to decide. His decision will be no. Christina is a bunch of emotions. So what? She's emotional. Maybe she was on her bloody. Cliff, get out of here. You gonna get put on timeout. Keep playing. Keep playing in here. Keep playing in here. Has anyone noticed Harry just smiles? He knows Christina's lying. Yeah. Cause it's like, what? Where is this coming from? And not to mention, no, I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind. Christina apologized just like Taylor did in a card to Brandon. That was kind of similar. You got to look into her eyes. People keep on saying it's in the eyes. You know what? It is in the eyes. Look in people. That's how you know. You got to look in people's eyes. If they dead behind the eyes, you already know. I don't think he's gay. I think he could be bisexual, but he is just socially awkward. So that makes him come across even better. Cliff, it's not about her being emotional. It's about why she's being emotional. She has no reason to cry over Brett and Olivia breaking up. She has no reason to break out crying when Henry says, I like your writing style, when y'all don't even talk to each other throughout the day. Y'all don't even sleep in the same room. Y'all don't sleep in the same bed. But all of a sudden, him saying that he likes your writing style is going to make you break out into tears. Oh, excuse me. Something is off with that. No, Henry said it was a lie. Henry said it was a lie. You sound like a mom for that. I'm gonna go based off what Henry said, only because Henry has not lied yet. What did Henry lie about? I, I really feel like Henry said it was absolutely not true. Right. He said it was not true. Like, I'm not going to say Henry is lying because, first of all, I didn't get the feeling that he was lying. And two, he hasn't lied in the past. So, it's not like he has a history of lying. Christina's friend looks fake. Oh, definitely. I for sure think he's a paid actor. For sure. Like, they don't look like they really know each other. All of his facial expressions were a little bit too much. Like, who is that animated? Unless you're trying to act. Because it wasn't like genuine facial expressions. So, I mean, and some people got offended because I said her old friend. And when I say old, I mean elderly. I'm not saying you can't have an older friend. I'm not saying that. But usually when you do have an older friend, like y'all have some sort of history, maybe it's your mentor, maybe you met them at, a retirement home, maybe that's one of your parents' friends. I don't know. Y'all usually when a younger person is friends with an older person, there's some sort of backstory. Someone said they saw old pictures of her and the old man. Okay, well maybe so. It just they didn't come off like they were genuinely friends. And I'm just like, okay, you don't have any younger friends? Like, what happened to those girls that were in your wedding? He lied about liking her and saying he wants to stay in the marriage to see if it works, but tells the camera that he's done. Okay, that's dishonest. That is dishonest. You're right. But I think, I think in the moment, I think he'd be playing along with Christina. That doesn't make it right, but I think he just be, she's acting, so he's going along with the act, which is I don't appreciate that either. They were just stand-ins because I know one of those bridesmaids would be willing to come on camera. I said the same thing. Where are your bridesmaids? They were probably paid too. Miles, we're gonna get to Miles now. Where has everyone's family been this season? I think Corona might have had something to do with that, or I mean C-19. Please don't strike me. Um, I think C-19 might have had something to do with that. But then again, C-19 wasn't in the beginning. I don't know. You're right. The family hasn't been around, but I think the excuse is just gonna be C-19. All right, you guys. Let's just move on. Um, let's move on to Amelia and Bennett. I'm just gonna shake my head. Mm, 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 mm. Amelia, girl, you tried it. I was not here for what Amelia had to say. I was not here for how nonchalant Amelia was about saying it like it was nothing. Like, oh yeah, like I wasn't really interested in getting married. I just wanted to be on reality TV. Like, whatever. My whole perception of Amelia has changed. I've been saying Amelia was here for the cameras for weeks. No one was listening. I wasn't. I didn't believe that. I thought she literally. I she had me fooled. Like I said in the beginning, clinically goofy. Amelia and Bennett was my favorite couple. A lot of people. I think they were fan favorites for a lot of people. She's a sociopath. I don't believe she's in med school now. She's definitely in medical school. We've seen pictures of her. Amelia was trash for that. I feel like everything she's done up until this point has been for good TV. Mm, mm, mm. She's a book smart doctor, but not self aware at all. At all. At all. She's not self aware at all, and She's not aware of other people's feelings either. Because when she said that, Bennett's face dropped. And she just was like, whatever. Like, she was so nonchalant and acting like what she said wasn't nothing. I could not believe it. Like, you literally dropped a bomb on this man. He is completely invested into you. And you said you just did this to get on TV. Now, mind you, who has done this to be on TV? Zach, Matt, Luke. I feel like all three of these people have done this to be on TV, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really put much effort into their marriage. They did some like trifling things to their wives. You know, just that's a lot of the reasons why they were complete villains on this show. Never once did they actually admit that they only did it for TV. I can't believe she actually got on camera and told him that. And why is this her first time telling him this? Exactly. It's fake. That's not real. It's for drama. She doesn't strike me as the type that would. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I can't even say she's the type to do anything anymore. She completely, like, I never would have guessed. Luke has a black girlfriend. Now, I saw that. You forgot Michael. The thing is, I don't think Michael did this for TV. I think Michael really wanted a wife. I just think he's a liar, you know? And so it wasn't ever going to work out, but I don't think he necessarily wanted to just be on TV. I think he just is a liar, like I said. Well, personally, I think Bennett came on here for exposure. Dang. Who you think I'll marry you and you make 20,000 a year? I'm just saying. She rubbed me the wrong way from jump when they were playing chess and she completely zoned out on Bennett, like he was fully invested in the conversation and she zoned out. Bennett made her a nice looking hat. That was nice looking. His friends were not with it. His friends, and you know what? I think his friend probably saw some of that in Amelia, because why was he going so hard? Like, I wasn't even mad at his friend. Like, I wasn't even mad at his friend for asking the questions. I feel like he was just literally, you know, kind of giving him the real on what this situation is. And so now that we know, maybe his friend saw that and was trying to, like, you know, put him on alert. Amelia is awkward. Look at the way she interacted with the couples. I love how his friend was keeping it real, asking the question. Me too. Like, I was here for him. I feel like all of them need someone like that who is gonna, like, you know what I'm saying, make you think and make you, I don't know. You need someone to keep, like, make you laser in and make sure you're making the right decision. It's not how you start, but how you finish. I don't think we got Amelia's whole conversation. Like, y'all, yes, that conversation very well could have been edited. I'm sure it was. But what she said is what she said. Did nobody make her say that? His friends were really concerned for Bennett. Bennett would make a good friend for anyone. That is his friend goals. It was strange that Amelia didn't have any negatives. Right. Like, even Bennett, who was completely smitten by Amelia, had some things about her that he didn't like. For her not to have anything was weird. Like, even Woody and Amani, who are great matches and, you know, we all feel like belong together, have some things about each other they don't like. I'm glad we didn't get more. It was probably worse. It could have been, y'all. It could have been worse than that. Like, while y'all saying it's edited, it could be. They could have edited her to make her look better. That one friend looked weird. Well, you know, they have very artsy friends. Um, she wasn't paying attention to him. I think at this point, Amelia thinks she can, like, do and say whatever. And, you know, she got him wrapped around her finger. I mean, yeah, got him wrapped around her finger. I think Bennett had an inkling of her sketchiness in the beginning because she was so infatuated. So now he's hurt, but feels like he's affirmed in his initial assumption. Amelia's not pressed. She's trying to keep this man. I had a feeling from jump that both Ben and Amelia are the type to go through an experiment. Then once they're tired of it, they both move on to something else, blown by the wind type of people. I think that might be Amelia. Like, she wanted to be on TV, and I'll just, whoever they set me up with, I'm sure I'll get along with them. Sure, whatever. And I don't know. This is just not what this is about. You could have went on any dating show and did that. If you really just wanted to be on TV, you just want to, just match me up with anybody. You could have went on any dating show and did that. But to get married to somebody, that rubbed me the wrong way. Everybody comes at Woody for being his flashy self, but who is always singing and performing? Amelia. See, I used to think those moments were really genuine, but now that you bring it up, I think Bennett was in love at first sight when they met before the wedding because he remembered both of their previous encounters. True. That's right, Felicia. He sure did. He sure did. I forgot about that. He's the one who remembered that they met twice before. How does the toilet paper square feel? It's weird. She needed the witch for confirmation, though, but it confirmed her. Y'all, tell me what happened on that part, because I didn't watch it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch it. Amelia got Pinky messed up. I didn't like it, y'all. It rubbed me the wrong way because I feel duped. I feel like she manipulated not only him, but everybody. It feels like she manipulated the whole situation. How can I take anything that you've done with him seriously? And she possibly could have honestly fell in love with him. She probably, she could have fell in love with him for real. But how do we know when you came into this situation dishonest? Listen, the flip a coin told me all I needed to know. She could have, but finding that out made me question exactly. Just like, like how sometimes in TV shows they'll like, okay, so they'll like place a bet. The guys, his friends will place a bet like, I bet you can't get her, and if I get her, then I win the bet. And so you finally get with her, you spend all this time trying to get with her or whatever, and you actually fall for her. But then at the end of the day, when y'all fall for each other and you really care for her, but then when she finds out that you bet on her, now she doesn't believe that you actually like her. And you know what I'm saying? Now she can't take anything you say seriously because it started off so on something so dishonest. And so yeah, like it felt like you liked me, but now I don't know, because it seemed like you've been lying this whole time. I feel played. Amelia played us. Like all my favorite rom-coms. Exactly. And so it just depends on how Bennett feels, whether he wants to stay with her or not. But Bennett might not want to uproot his life and move to Virginia. She's All That, old school Cooley High movie. It's pretty much happened in every single, anything that you can throw into the romantic comedy genre. It's happened. It's happened on sitcoms. It's happened everywhere. 10 Things I Hate About You. Did y'all talk about God cutting the witch's internet connection? Amelia did play us, y'all, but we got it. Just accept it. Are we surprised or are we mad because it's a woman? Maybe because I wouldn't expect a woman to do that. And that's probably my own internal bias talking, because you know, most women, you just expect them to actually want to get married, maybe because you know that's what we're, you know, conditioned to want to be married in this society. So you just wouldn't imagine a woman would do something like that. But you're right. Are we surprised just because she's a woman? Because there have been plenty of men to do this on this show. I already named them: Matt, Luke, and Zach. She's honest though. They all wanted to be on TV. She just wouldn't shut up about it. Yeah, she was real. I mean, at least she was real enough to say it, but that doesn't make her any better. Excuse me, y'all. I think we are mad because we expected more of Amelia. That could be a part of it. Amelia says she falls in and out of love easily, have to pay attention to what people say and do. You're right. You're right. That's not true, Cliff, because I saw the fault in Katie from last season. Okay. I saw the fault in Taylor from last season. So don't say I don't see the fault in women. I do, but I don't know. She just put on a great front this entire season. You have to admit. Luke and Zach did nothing wrong. See, you always ruin your credibility, Cliff. You always ruin your credibility. That's why don't nobody take you serious up in here. Her and Bennett have a very sarcastic sense of humor. That might be why she was so comfortable saying that, but I still think she loved him. She might. She might. But it's like, how do we know? It's up to Brett. I mean, not Brett. It's up to Bennett whether he believes her or not. Luke and Zach did everything wrong. Exactly. And Matt. Don't leave out Matt. You better start making think you mad, Cliff. You never becoming a mod now. Yeah, Cliff. This is not the way you become a mod. I can't have people thinking I'm endorsing anything you be saying. No, you didn't miss decision day. That's next week. Deborah, I'm not gonna read that. I'll post it for a second for everybody else to read it. Okay, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on to everybody's favorite couple, Karen and Miles. Alexis doesn't like Morse chestnut. That was a hard pill to swallow. And it made me question. It made me question her for a second, but you know, she's pretty solid outside of that. So I'm gonna let her have her flaw. She's solid outside of it. Cliff, that's a lie. When a guy don't like his wife, he's a bad guy. When a woman doesn't like her husband, all you ladies say is she needs to try harder. Okay, I said that about Henry. I said Henry needs to leave Christina. Debunked. Miles is such a great guy. Miles seems to be getting less clingy this week. I like it. Alexis is pleading her case. What? Wait, Pinky, did you see Mindy from last season posted her new boyfriend? Her and her new boyfriend broke up via text. He broke up with her via text. Now she's moving to Mexico. Girl, it's too much. That's too much. I want Mindy to work on herself before anything else. She shouldn't even rushed into no other relationship. I think, okay, Lexi said plenty of women want a woman who can put them in their place. A dominant man of the house type. I don't think she's terrible for wanting that. She's traditional. She that's a traditional mindset. I think Miles would put his foot down, but I don't think she would accept it from Miles. Therefore, I just think she just needs to leave him. Hopefully, she says no on decision day. We all can see that Miles is not who she wants. I hope she doesn't say yes, and I hope Miles says no too. They just need to leave each other alone at this point. It's like beating a dead horse. She don't want him, and it's hard to watch him try so hard to, you know, make something happen that's not going to happen. Karen wants a traditional man but wants to be pushed to submit. If you are a submitter, you naturally submit. Thank you. Will she actually submit to Miles? I doubt it. Even if Miles put his foot down, she'll turn around and say she feels unsafe. Explain the put me in my place thing. I mean, I guess she wants somebody like when she's getting out of line to be like, look, this is the way we're gonna do this. Karen wants a silent confidence type of guy, a stoic, level-headed guy. Miles needs to mature a bit to get there. Is all a traditional guy. I don't think Miles will ever be a traditional guy because a traditional guy is not going to be that emotionally um, intelligent. Usually, those type of guys, they're not in touch with their emotions at all. That's why they're so stoic. But if that's the kind of man you want, by all means, go get him. But just let Miles go because he don't deserve to be stuck. Miles would not be putting his foot down because he is too busy kissing the ground she walks on. And Karen admitted she doesn't watch the show and doesn't think the man she wants is toxic. Okay. Are you calling Karen a bad woman like you did Zach? What do you want me to say? You want me to say that she's a villain? I don't I don't know. I can't say she's a villain. Zach wouldn't even move in with Mindy. That's not the same thing. Miles will always be unhappy if he cannot express his needs. Even Woody said he's not keeping it 100. That's true. I just think they're not compatible. And at the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm kind of over like criticizing what Karen has to say about Miles because I think we all know it's some of that is ridiculous. I think we're all tired of seeing Miles like, you know, try to give his all and do everything he needs to do and coming up short, not getting much in return. I just think they need to leave each other alone. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the back and forth. I'm tired of them having the same conversation. They've literally had the same conversation since day one. They've had the same conversation since their honeymoon. the same conversation. It's exhausting. They're going around in the same circle. I wanted I wanted Karen and Miles to be a couple. I was going to obsess about it. I'm so disappointed. I think we just gonna I wanted it too. Trust me. I wanted this just as much as a lot of y'all did, but it is what it is. They're not a match. We gotta let it go. And I do think Miles is masculine. He's just not the stereotypical masculine guy, but I definitely think, what about Miles is feminine? I feel like a lot of people just associate him being in touch with his emotions with being feminine, and that's not fair. Like, no reason he should still be a stranger after 4 months. Exactly. Karen doing all this talk about wanting a strong masculine man, but she's not giving off no feminine energy. Even her friends, even her friends said it. Her friend was like, you know, Miles is doing everything he can, but he said it, her friend said it, she just don't have the capacity to reciprocate. She don't have the capacity. A plain bowl of rice. Miles is masculine enough. I think so. But if anything, Miles can learn from this and take it into his next relationship. Karen, I don't think she has learned much. I think she's gonna learn when it's too late. She gonna realize she gonna find somebody else, and she gonna remember how Miles treated her, and it's gonna be too late. Karen does not want us to reciprocate. When has Karen massaged Miles' feet? He massaged her feet all day. When did she massage his feet? Now, personally, I'm not a feet person. I'm not gonna ask you to massage my feet because I don't want to massage your feet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I ask you to massage my feet in return, I'm gonna massage yours. You know what I'm saying? Like it just I feel like her asking him to massage her feet is just representative of like how a lot of their relationship went. Like a lot of Miles do this, but what does Miles get? And even if it's not a foot massage, give him what he wants you to snuggle up with him. He wants you to hold his hand. He wants you to rub his back. He wants you to give him a compliment every now and then. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to kiss him without being solicited. Karen wants a man like Miles' dad. He looks like a man that will put a woman in her place. Well, Karen is going to be single for a while. Most men want to be touched. Thanks, Alexis. Make sure you leave a like. It's 153 people in here. Shout out to y'all. Karen needs a man who's 45 plus, not 26. She probably do. She probably needs someone way older because that's the type of man that she wants. Pastor Cal got on my nerves when he said he didn't believe that Karen didn't have the capacity to reciprocate affection towards Miles. I swear he was trying to save face and keep his job. I mean, like Miles said, on paper, they're a great match. It just like she saw his social media before she got married, and I feel like that had a lot to do with it. It shaped how she saw him from the jump. And also, she has an idea in her mind of what she wants in a man. Miles doesn't fit into that box. And so I feel like even if Miles were to change, he's just not what she wants. And it just is what it is. And I hope she sets him free and just lets him move on. I hope she gets to move on because it's exhausting. Miles be looking so sad and I can't even say it. And infuriated on them last top 3 unfiltered episodes. I need to watch that last one because um it was Miles, Woody, and Pastor Cal. I actually would like to hear their opinion about certain things. But you're right, he does be looking irritated. Age don't matter. Karen wouldn't have liked Greg or Derek either. They are just like Miles. Ooh, you know what? You know what? Good point, Cliff. Good point. The bed was too small for 2 people. Something should have popped off. But if she's not into him, then those panties are staying. Hell, you're crazy. She needs to get over that age thing. Miles is more mature than she is in many ways. He got women waiting on their divorce. Sure do. It's plenty of women in these comments right now. Well, Miles told her he didn't have no problems being the dude she needs, but she needs to know first that she's his girl. And in other words, you need to be my ride or die. Karen wants Vaughn from season 1. I could totally see that because he was very closed off. Yeah, I mean, age means nothing, y'all. I know some people, like when I was younger, I talked to this guy who was 30 years old, and I was probably, what was I? I was like 23. He was more immature than I was. Probably why he was trying to talk to someone my age, because he was really immature. Maturity doesn't always come with age. That's a fallacy. Older people can definitely be immature. And a lot of some people come off as mature because in their as far as success in business wise, their career is going well, you just assume that they're a mature person. But when it comes to their personal life, they have very antiquated views of how they view the opposite sex and everything. Karen, and their emotional intelligence is low. So you can be mature in some areas and not as mature in others. It's fools out here 40 and 50. I'm sure y'all know some 40 and 50-year-old men single, still to this day trying to go to the club, acting a fool. Watch Miles find his Esther within a year of this show. I really wish him and Iris lived near one another because I could totally see him and Iris working out. I know that's just wishful thinking. I know that's not a possibility whatsoever, but if it was. I think you can watch Unfiltered on YouTube. I don't know if the latest episode is on YouTube, but I know, right? They would be so cute together. Iris was not afraid of intimacy because Iris said that they had did everything except go all the way. So Iris got a bad edit in that way. Y'all don't got the full story. I will not accept any Iris slander in the chats. Oh, you didn't know? Cliff is an Iris stan. Yes, she said that, Lexi. She said that. She got a bad edit. I'm telling you. I feel like Iris really did get a bad edit. I'm sure girls are moving to Nola for miles. Y'all don't do all that. Y'all, this is the pandemic now. Y'all need to chill. I feel like, they're both silly enough. They both have that goofy side. They both work with kids. I feel like Miles will respect her up until she's ready. They agreed to keep some stuff private. Keith went back on that to please the producers. Iris said in her past relationships, she did things, just not intercourse. Alex, what he should have said was, I will rub your feet when you. Oh, I'm not. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am not going to. Cliff, I'm about to get up off of here for real. I gotta go. I gotta go. I have to go anyway. But on that note, y'all leave a like. Keith is the typical Charlotte dude. One day we're gonna get on live and I'm gonna just tell y'all exactly what I think about Keith. Y'all already know. If y'all have seen my lives, y'all already know how I feel about Keith. I feel like Keith did less than the bare minimum and gets credit for being a knight in shining armor when he really didn't even do the bare minimum. Let's just be real. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be mad because Keith has a hive, but I don't care. I said what I said. Now I'm about to jump off here. Oh, I really do have to go. But one day we'll have that conversation. Oh, y'all agree with me. I didn't expect so many people to be in agreement. Okay, we're in agreement then. Okay. I didn't think y'all was gonna agree with me. We need a live that we can jump on. I'm a little nervous about doing that, y'all, because I like to keep the channel clean, at least PG, and I'm just nervous about, bringing people on because I don't know what people gonna say. I can't control what they say, so I'll think about it, but I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jump off of here. I love you guys. I didn't mean to drop a bomb and leave, but we'll have that conversation one of these days. We will. Can we do a live to talk about girlfriends? I'm gonna be doing a whole video once I get my notes together and I film it and edit. It's gonna come up. I'm gonna try to have it done at least by. Well, I can't say next week. The week after next, I'm gonna try to get that done. But I love you guys. I'll see you next week for D-Day. Decision Day we'll discuss. And I hope you guys enjoy this live. And I will see you in the next one. This is Us Tuesday. Okay, I'll try to jump on maybe Wednesday night for that. Well, then again, I'll be watching Love at First Sight. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Good night.